Good afternoon, Mathletes and Film Majors. Today is Monday, April 22nd, 2013. Today it is Earth Day, and I'm gonna climb that mountain. I've definitely had better ideas. So we've reached a point in my hike where I can either go up those steep rocks that are like stairs, or up the steep rocks that are like a wall. I'm gonna go up the wall. Like I said, I've had better ideas. So I made it to the top, and it's quite windy up here, so I'm sorry if the audio is really bad. But yeah, climbed a mountain today. It wasn't too bad, actually. Like, I thought it would be like really hard, and I took the rock climbing route. But yeah, not too bad. Just up here by myself now, which is really nice because I figure, I guess no one wants to climb a mountain on a Monday. It seems like a weekend thing, and now like, I guess the only people that are up here are like the people walking like the walking trails. So I'm up here by myself, which is nice because no one's gonna interrupt my video today. No one's gonna walk into the room or talk in the hallway or things. What's new in my life other than a sunburn? Hold on. This is not an advertisement for Banana Boat sunscreen, but this one has lotion and sunscreen in it, and it is water resistant for 80 minutes, so I can swim, splash, and sport with it. That's what it says. Swim, splash, sport. And it's recommended by the Skin Cancer Foundation. Recommended as an effective UV sunscreen. Except I smell like a beach now. I smell like a beach. I would like to think that my mom would be super proud of me for bringing sunscreen up a mountain with me. I'm also wearing a sweatshirt, so she knows I'm not cold. Speaking of my mom! Oh my goodness. So my mom is going to be turning... I've been trying to think of what to get her for her birthday, and I can't tell you because my mom watches these videos, so just know that I'm thinking about it and I don't know. I realize now that we probably should have celebrated her birthday this weekend early when she was up in Troy with me and my brother. But we went to Buka and they were like, "Are you celebrating anything?" And I was like, "Well, it's my mom's birthday next week." And everybody's like, "No, shh." We didn't celebrate her birthday, but we could have. We could have. And speaking of things I could have, okay, last night I logged into Tumblr. Log into Tumblr like I'm ever logged out. And I see that somewhere deep in the recesses of Tumblr, the How to Train Your Dragon fandom has awoken. So apparently someone went into DreamWorks Studios, and this is the story that we're getting now as like things develop and whatever, but they took pictures of promotional items for How to Train Your Dragon 2, which comes out in 2014, and I'm super excited about it because I'm excited for that. I'm excited for How to Train Your Dragon 3. I love How to Train Your Dragon. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. I have a Toothless. I showed you guys my Toothless. He's still in my car. So someone took these pictures at the DreamWorks studio and then posted them online, and people were freaking out because Hiccup has aged. They've aged all of the characters. I think it's like 5 to 7 years. So we have like an older, like semi-adult, like teenage-ish Hiccup, and I am freaking out. I'm freaking out. But the thing is, they were posted without DreamWorks permission, so DreamWorks was like, and we were like, oh, whoops, sorry. So we took them down, or took most of them down. They're still floating around somewhere. But I saw older Hiccup, and I'm not sure how I feel about it, because I mean, like, everybody was like, oh my goodness, Hiccup got hot, and I'm like, it doesn't look like Hiccup. Like, maybe I'm just not aware of how cartoons go through puberty, but... And I saw Astrid, and I was just not sure if I liked Astrid. Everybody's like, she's so pretty, and I'm like, she doesn't look like Astrid. I just don't know. I just don't know. Like, their noses look different, and the hair is just too boy band. I can't handle it. I completely forgot where I was because I turned off the camera because it was windy. So there was apparently a clip released at CinemaCon from this How to Train Your Dragon 2, and I have read the description for it and I want to see it, and you know what? If we know that it's out there somewhere, then I think DreamWorks owes it to us to give it to us. That's not true. They don't owe us anything except for great movies, which they give us, and they're lovely and I love them, but I just want How to Train Your Dragon. I don't think you guys understand my complete passion for this. I was talking to someone in my creative writing class. I was talking to him, and like he was flipping through his phone, and I saw on the back of his phone, like his phone background was How to Train Your Dragon. I was like, what is that? And he was like, it's How to Train Your Dragon. And I was like, I love you. And he was like, okay. So then when I found out that there were leaked images of How to Train Your Dragon 2, I immediately like Facebook messaged him. I was like, How to Train Your Dragon 2 images are out. I cannot breathe. I'm freaking out. And he was like, breathe, Caitlin, breathe. And I was like, I can't. You don't understand. And I felt really bad because I don't think he understood the complete depth of my passion for How to Train Your Dragon. And then I just like exploded on him over the internet. And speaking of exploding on someone over the internet, seriouser note. So I went and I did the screenings for the film groups in senior project, and we gave them notes and stuff, and one of them messaged me on Facebook, and he was like, so how'd you think of it? And I was like, I love the cinematography, and he was like, I'm the cinematographer, and I'm like, you're awesome. I met him at a party, like, not even like that long ago. I like met him for the first time. Like, I had seen him in like classes and stuff before, but like actually like had a conversation with him. He was like, so how's your screenplay doing? And I was like, well, I'm done. He was like, oh really? And I was like, yeah, well, mine was a pilot and it wasn't that long, so I mean, he was like, oh, so you took the easy way out. And I was like, what? And he was like, you took the easy way out. And I was like, excuse you? And I was like, I seem to recall just saying nice things about your senior project. Why are you hating on mine? And then I don't know. I'm like super sensitive about my senior project because it's like my baby and I want to go into the industry doing this, and for someone to be like, you took the easy way out doing less pages because yours is a pilot and not a screenplay. And I was like, you know what? I was going to do 2 episodes and things, and they said I only had to do 1, and you know what? Then I just went to bed, and the next day I woke up and he had messaged me back and he was like, look, I was just kidding, I'm sorry. And then I was like, oh. And then he messaged me later that day and he was like, I reread it and I realized it was like mean and I'm sorry and I don't want to be that guy. And I was like, oh honey, I'm so sorry. As soon as like I read it again, like even in the back of my head when I first read it, I knew he was kidding. I overreacted and I'm like super sorry. And I don't know how, like, I don't want to like just like message him on Facebook, because I messaged him back and I was like, it's okay, it was my fault, I was just being agitatable and whatnot. And then he didn't message back and I felt really bad, like he's like mad at me and like beautiful friendship that could have been gone. And I was like, no. So at this party where I met him, he said that he had found one of my videos on Tumblr, so I'm gonna tag this with Quinnipiac and I'm gonna hope he finds it. I'm super sorry for being a witch and I apologize, and you're a beautiful person and your cinematography is awesome, and I'm just, I don't know. So this video has been brought to you in like 17 different individual parts that really don't connect with anything. It's like thoughts from a mountaintop. I kind of like it. Do this once a month, except for I'm leaving in 3 weeks. Oh my god. I'm gonna cut myself off. This is the last thing I'm gonna talk about today. Nope, it's a lie. Second to last thing I'm gonna talk about. I graduate in like 3 weeks and I am not ready at all. I mean, like, I'm ready, like my stuff is turned in, I have my cap and gown now, I'm like ready to graduate, but at the same time, I'm going to be like out in the world. My parents are like, you're gonna come home and get a job, and I'm like, I know. I have to look for housing in Orange County, and I have to, I don't even know, figure out if I'm going to get a car out there. I'm not ready to graduate. I was telling my friends, I electrocuted myself with a toaster like a month ago. I can't graduate. It's out of control. Out of control. I've never been less ready. I graduate in 3 weeks. It's gonna be, actually, it's gonna be right down there. I mean, it's scary. It's scary, I know that, but it's gonna be okay. I feel like it is. I'm gonna get How to Train Your Dragon 2 at some point, so I got something to look forward to at least. I guess I could just, you know, I don't know. Yeah. So I guess that's that, and the last thing I want to talk about is Susan is going on hiatus, and that is okay. I'm gonna weep, and on Wednesdays I don't know what I'm gonna do. Cry myself to sleep, but that's okay. Susan's got work to do, and I completely understand being swamped and wanting to do videos that are good and not wanting to just like throw together things. Like, I completely get it, so you are 100% fine. But Susan, your hiatus is 100% okay, and I will think of something to do to you when you get back, and it's gonna be unexpected and awesome, because you already got your pass last time, and this time no passes, because it's 7 weeks of sadness and sorrow. But yeah, the wind is picking up, so I'm gonna try and wrap this up, because I'm gonna have to start climbing down or around this mountain again at some point. Listening to my Zombies Run app, which is giving me a lot of motivation to keep moving, because there's no one else on this mountain, so whenever they play like zombie sounds like that behind you, I'm like, this is uncomfortable, and I have to move a little faster. But yeah, so I guess that's it for me today. You've had a lot of parts. Oh my god, wind again, can we not? I guess that's it for me today. So for the film majors, I'm Caitlin. For the Mathlete, Susan will be back here when she's back here. And for everybody else, thanks for hanging out with us, and I'll be back next Monday. See ya!